All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. I am Danielle Ingenito. I'm a spiritual empowerment coach and master healer, and I help women heal from codependency using energy healing. So I want to say hello to everybody. If you guys are catching the replay, go ahead and give me a comment, hashtag replay. That's how we do things here. I am live on my Facebook page, my Facebook group, my live Facebook, my personal Facebook page, and also YouTube. So all 4 platforms are seeing me right now. So if you are here, let me know which platform you are tuning in on. Are you on Facebook in my group, on my personal page, in my business page? If you're on YouTube, let me know. If you are in my Facebook group, just be aware I will not be able to see your name. So whoever just said hi to me, please let me know your name when you leave a comment so that I know who I'm talking to. All right, so I am very excited. Good evening, Catherine. Hello, Tisha. Jeannie, hello. Hello, hello. All right. So I'm excited to do this. I usually don't go live on my personal page, but I might just start. So if you're on my personal page and you like what you're seeing, let me know in the comments so that I can show up for you more, okay? Hello, Lucy, as well. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about being in alignment. Now, I'm a spiritual empowerment teacher, so I teach spirituality. So you are going to learn a lot about connection to the divine with me. You're also going to learn a lot about energy healing and how that helps heal your childhood, which in turn helps heal your life. And especially if you've dealt with a lot of toxic relationships in your life, energy healing is your best way to go for really releasing the energy behind of the way that you attract people into your life, the toxic people. The energy healing is really going to help you do that. Okay. So hello, Rachel. Awesome. You're on my personal page. All right. Beth, hello from Facebook. Tracy, hello. Sonia, hello. Hello, hello. Claudia, yes. Hello, ladies. Okay. So tonight we're talking about alignment. And let me know in the comments, like, have you ever experienced alignment before? And we're going to be talking about how to get ourselves back into alignment quickly. But in order to get there, we have to talk about a couple of things. And just know that I am going to be doing a little bit of an energy healing tonight with you guys. So we're going to be opening our crown chakra and our third eye chakra. Very quick healing session tonight. So just stay tuned for that as well. All right. So let's talk about alignment. So in order to get into alignment, the first thing that, and I always write down notes, so you might want to have like a pen and piece of paper. I give you pure value in these trainings, okay? So in order to get back into alignment, the first thing I always say is key is awareness. Now, we have to be aware that we're out of alignment. And I know that that sounds kind of like, well, duh. But at the same time, because our ego and we're so used to being out of alignment that it feels normal to us. So, and we kind of forget what being in alignment feels like. So we have to be very aware that we are out of alignment. Okay. So that's going to be number one, is that it's the awareness that you have to have. And this is with everything. This is what I teach in my courses about awareness is key. If you don't know that there's a problem, how can you fix it? So you have to be very aware that there is a problem. All right. Be empowered. Hello. Charlotte, hello from Boise. Denise, hello. Okay. So in order to be aware that we're out of alignment, we have to understand what alignment is. Now, if you're not spiritual, that's cool. You're more than welcome here. I'm going to kind of teach you what that is. So if you are spiritual, you might have experienced it before. So you can let me know in the comments if you have. Alignment, it's a beautiful feeling. It literally is like the most peaceful feeling you can feel. Because what it is it feels like everything is flowing exactly how it should be. And you feel as though there's no worries, there's no pressure, and that you feel as though the universe is kind of guiding you and gliding you through your life. Okay. Now, I do believe that we can be in alignment a lot. I don't believe that we can stay in alignment. And we're going to talk about why at the end. And that's why this training here is so important for you, is because you have to be able to get yourself back into alignment. But it starts with being aware that you're out of alignment. So let's talk about, so it's easy to say, okay, well, that sounds cool. That sounds awesome. Have you guys ever felt like that? Have you ever felt as though you were being just guided. Things were just falling in your lap. Things were just working out for you. You didn't have to put much effort into it, and everything just felt right. Let me know, because I'm not seeing many comments. So I'm guessing that a lot of you have not felt that alignment before. So let me know if you have felt that way. And even if it was for a day, you know what I mean? So let us know. But the more you work on yourself, the more in alignment you're going to be able to feel. So that's what alignment feels like. That's kind of what it looks like. Now, let's talk about what alignment does not feel like. Now, this is going to be eye-opening for most of you, all right? Because most of us feel this way every single day. So you're going to be you're going to get very clear tonight of how much out of alignment you really are, all right? So let me give some time. I know we're only like 7 minutes in and I'm already dropping bombs here. So let me just say hello, Missy. Yes, alignment is amazing. Claudia says all the time, love the word gliding. Yeah, because that's exactly, Charlotte, how it feels. It's like you're kind of like just gliding along and like you got no worries. Like everything is just working out for you and you literally trust in the universe that they are just going to provide for you. So now I'm not going to pronounce your name right. Nujian. I'm not sure that I said that right, but hello. I'm glad that you made it here. You reached out to me today. Maria, hello. Rarely, but yes. Okay, that's good. I have felt it, not lately, sadly. Yeah, well, I would bet that a lot of people have been out of alignment in 2020 because of everything that has been going on, okay? Lucy, I did feel that alignment. I felt so much happiness for a while. Awesome. I may have felt alignment maybe in and out quickly, but going to say not a lot and not recently. Okay. Jennifer, I definitely have felt it. All right. Thanks for the comments, guys. I love engagement. If you don't know anything about me, I love engagement. So give me some comments. If you engage, I engage, I give more away. It's crazy. I definitely felt it. Have been working on myself for the last 8 or 9 months. Awesome. Okay. Alignment is absolutely amazing, Heather says, and I've been, and it was very awesome, but I really need to get back into alignment. Okay. So let's dive into this. Okay. So what alignment does not look like? Alignment is not anxiety. If you have anxiety, you are not in alignment because anxiety comes from fear. And when you are anxious, you're scared of something, which obviously is the opposite of trusting the universe. You're scared that the universe isn't going to provide for you. You're scared that your relationship isn't going to work out. You're scared that you're going to lose your job. You're scared that you're going to get sick. And that's why I just said that most of us are probably out of alignment in 2020 because all of those fears right there are real with everything that's going on, and especially now with the second wave coming in. Okay, so this can really throw you out of alignment very, very quickly. The other thing that alignment does not look like is racing thoughts, obsessive thoughts. Like if you keep thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking, you're completely out of alignment. All right. And let's go back for a minute about alignment. Let's go back to what that really is. Like we talked about kind of what it looks like, but let's talk about what alignment is, because this will actually help you understand why you're out of alignment. So alignment to me, okay, and everything I teach is from my opinion and from my guides, but alignment is when you're on the path that you came here to earth to be on. Now, I believe in spirituality here that we have a soul contract that we come here on the earth to learn and evolve and grow our soul, okay? So we're learning and evolving our energy. And we come here and we actually have to go through hardships to learn those lessons. That's why a lot of people have the tower moments. The tower in tarot is like everything is falling apart. We have those tower moments because that moment is what is supposed to excel and catapult us into the learning that we are here to do. So that's why you'll see like a lot of light workers, a lot of psychics, mediums, healers will have stories like that because that is what catapulted them into sharing and helping because they've been through that tower moment. For me, it was my divorce. It was the codependency, all of that. And I had to heal from all of that in order to get to where I am right now. And when I healed, I just wanted to share it with everyone to open people's eyes about codependency, you know, seeking that validation outside of yourself, healing after toxic relationships, to all the women, because I had no idea when I was going through it about any of that. So I am here to bring awareness to that. So, but being in alignment is being on the path that you are, quote unquote, supposed to be on here. Now, this does not mean your purpose. I don't even like that word. This isn't about your purpose here. This is about, and I mean, I guess you could relate it to your purpose, but a lot of us human egos like to think that there's a purpose. We're supposed to do something for somebody, or for the population. I don't know. But what I feel is though we are on the path of our soul progression. Okay. So our path is to come here and go on this path to evolve and grow our soul in this lifetime. Take it as you will. Spirituality, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That's cool if you don't agree, no problem. That's how I feel. That's the messages that I get from my guides, okay? That we are here. Now, we have free will though. So we can choose to do different things. So think about our path as like a straight line, and think about when we are on the path, we are in alignment. Because if we are here doing exactly kind of what we came here to do, the universe is just going to be like boom, 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 like it's all there, okay? When we get out of alignment, it's like we're taking a detour off of our path. Let me know if this is making sense to you guys. All right. I try to explain things to make it easier for you to understand, but we are taking the detour, and we might reroute, and then we might come back to the path. But this rerouting over here could be the tower moment. This could be toxic relationships. This could be a job that didn't work out. This could be, I don't know, a business failing. It could be whatever. It could be that, you went binge drinking for 2 months or became an alcoholic, and then now it has to get back onto the path, right? So there's many detours that you can take, because as humans, we have free will and we like to resist our path. It's crazy. And I'm going to tell you why. So stick with me in the end for this. Okay. But that's what alignment is when you are on the path that you came here to be on. And, this is a whole nother video, but very quickly, we're all made of energy. We all come from the same energy, and we're all trying to evolve and grow our energy, our soul, we'll say. Okay. So whatever you believe, that's cool. So anyway, so that's what alignment is when you're on the path, on the correct path that you actually came here to do. But there can be many different versions of that path, and you're always going to try to come back to the main path, because that's where our conscious, that's where our intuition, our spirit guides are trying to push us back to that path. Yet we like to detour a lot. Okay. So that is the out of alignment, when you're detouring. And that can look like a lot of crappy things, toxic relationships, everything that I had just said. All right. So that's my explanation of that. So anxiety is not being in alignment. Obsessive thoughts is not being in alignment. Pressure is not being in alignment. Stress is not being in alignment. So how many of you are experiencing obsessive thoughts, anxiety, depression, stress, pressure? Like if you are feeling that every single day, or even like a couple of times a week, you are not in alignment. And that's where we need to be aware of, oh my gosh, I'm feeling anxiety. Now, let me tell you a little bit about, I'm going to ask you guys some questions. So get a pen and a paper. Okay. But when we have anxiety, okay, we tend to kind of think it's our problem. It is a little bit, right? I'm going to talk about the ego in a little bit, but one thing I just have to say about anxiety, and I don't even know if it goes with this video, is that a lot of the times you will get anxiety because there is something out of alignment with you. All right. And we'll talk about this a little bit deeper, but be very, very aware, please, because you have to be aware of when your anxiety shows up. If it's constant, then there's an issue. But if it's because you're around some person, a specific person, like be very, very aware of that, because that person is out of alignment with you. All right. I just want to bring that up because, I work with women after toxic relationships. And if you are around a partner and you get anxiety every time they come home, you're out of alignment with that person. This could be with friends. It could be with family. If you get anxiety when you know they're coming or they call you on the phone, you are completely out of alignment with that person. All right. Just bringing that to the surface. All right, so in order to get into alignment quickly, that's really what we're here to talk about tonight, okay? In order to do that, I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions, because we have to identify where you are out of alignment. Now, you can be, like I just said, it could be out of alignment with a person, and removing that person can bring you right back into alignment, all right? And that's kind of what happened to me. But let's ask ourselves these questions. So I hope you have a pen and paper here. All right, so question number one, in order to identify where you're out of alignment, because like I said, you have to be aware that you're out of alignment, and now you have to be aware of where you're out of alignment, okay? Because we have many different areas of our lives. First question I want to ask you is, where are you overwhelmed in your life? What areas? And we have like many areas of our lives. So it could be family, it could be children, it could be romantic relationships, it could be work, it could be self, it could be religion, it could be like time and life, right? So we have many different areas. So I want you to ask yourself, where do you feel the most overwhelmed? Okay. The second question here is, what are you trying to force? What are you trying to force? And TNT, I saw your message there. She's explaining well, but we have to go through these emotions to learn. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think some of the detours, I think we don't like to make it easy, and I'll talk about that in a little while. But every detour that you take, you learn. Okay, but you can take the easy road and still get to where you want to be. But we don't. That's just, it's human. And like, I want you to not like shame yourself or guilt yourself for not taking those easy roads, because sometimes those detours are really what bumps you up higher than what you really came here to learn, if that makes sense. Okay. But we want to, when we're out of alignment, try to get back to alignment as quickly as possible. Learn our lessons, get back. We don't want to stay in those detours. All right. So what are you trying to force in your life? Are you trying to force relationships to work that aren't really working? Are you trying to force a job to work that's really not working? What are you trying to force? And then the third question here that I want you to ask yourself is, where's the fear? What is the fear that you have? Because that's going to tell you a lot. And then we're going to go into the ego. I always say anxiety comes from fear of the future, and depression comes from the past. So you're depressed because of things that have happened in the past. Anxiety is fear of what's going to happen in the future. So where's the fear? Are you afraid something's not going to work out? Are you afraid that you're going to get sick? Are you afraid that, you're going to lose your job? Like, where's the fear? Let me say, Missy says, can we be out of alignment with a person and in alignment with the universe at the same time? I believe so, Missy, but it depends, because like, if you're only with that person a couple of times, like a week or whatever, like you're going to be out of alignment for that minute, if that makes sense. That person is going to keep throwing you out of alignment. I'm trying to think of an analogy. My spirit guide's a guy, and he's giving me basketball, and it's like, I don't even know basketball. So I'm not sure if it's called a foul, but I don't know. It's like when the ball goes out of the line. It's like, Andrew, come on. This is when he gave me swimming. I was like, I don't know swimming. I don't know strokes. But it's like, it's going to keep throwing you out of bounds. Maybe that's what it is. Out of bounds. Okay. So that person's going to keep throwing you out of bounds, and you're going to have to constantly spend a lot of energy getting yourself back into alignment every single time. And let's talk about that for a second. So, because I work with women who are codependent, and we go toxic relationships, and we deal with a lot of narcissists, right? So even if that narcissist is like, you're co-parenting with that narcissist and you have to keep interacting with them, they're going to keep throwing you out of bounds. So like, take, for example, if you're doing good, you're in alignment, and then you get a text or a message from your co-parent here, okay, and it's a narcissist, and they're gaslighting you. what's immediately going to happen? If you're not healed enough, they're going to get inside your mind. They're going to start to make you doubt yourself. And that's throwing you out of alignment. So if there's people around you that are not in alignment with you, they're going to keep throwing you out of alignment. And that's maybe why you're having a lot of trouble feeling like you are in alignment, because people everywhere keep throwing you out of alignment. And this is why, like, when you heal, a lot of people fall away, because you don't want that vibration around anymore, because you want to be in alignment, and those people keep throwing you out of alignment. So I hope that answers your question, kind of. Jeannie says, I think my brother brings me a lot of anxiety, especially when he comes home. Yeah, so we've got to set some boundaries around that. Yeah, like having your boundaries overstepped. Yeah, remove yourself from people. Okay. All right, so those 3 questions are really crucial. And I would advise you to ask yourself those questions probably every full moon. I know we just had the new moon yesterday, and this is really good because we're setting the intention of being in alignment. So I guess you could do it on either one, but I would probably do it on the full moon, because you're going to find out what you have to release, and the full moon is really about releasing. So ask yourself those 3 questions like every full moon. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the ego. The ego is, and it's not the ego like, oh, I'm so good. Like that's what I used to think like a narcissist was, just somebody that was very ego related and, thought the best of them. Our ego is not that. So when I talk about ego, I usually say it's edging greatness out. Okay. So because what it's doing is we have 2 sides of ourselves. We have our human side and our human brain. And then we have our energy that's connected to the divine energy. All right. And what happens is that energy, if you think about it, right, when we are born, we are so connected. Children see spirits more, dogs see spirits more, because we don't have that ego established yet. We're just kind of loving life, like give us some food, change our diaper, love us, hug us, whatever. But then we grow up and we start to get beliefs. We get beliefs from our parents. We get beliefs from things that we see. We get beliefs from going to school. We start to go through things. So we start to try to walk and then we fall, right? So we start to fail at things as well. So we have these 2 parts of us. And the divine, the energy connected to the divine, is very, very quiet and very, very subtle, because it's peaceful. Right? Our ego, our human mind, it's like everything's about to kill us, beware. And that's literally what it is. Because if you think about it, back in the day when we were cavemen, we had to be on alert all the time, because there could be multiple things that could kill us. And while we were, hunting for food and stuff, like there could be multiple risky things that were out there that we had to watch out for. And our ego is the part of the brain that is that fight or flight, okay, where we've got to fight for our life or we got to run the hell out of there, okay? But that ego now, okay, we're not cavemen anymore. We really don't have to worry about, most of us anyway, I'll say, about going outside and, dying right there, okay, being eaten by a lion, okay? We don't have to worry about that anymore, but our brain does not know that. So our brain is always trying to keep us safe. And that's what we talk about, the ego. So our ego is always trying to keep us safe. But now it's changed from there's a lion about to eat us to, oh my gosh, like don't post that because people might judge us. Crazy. I know, right? It's like, it used to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die, to like, oh my God, what are they going to say about me? And that's truly what it's come to now, that we worry so much about what people are going to think about us. And that's a lot. So that goes back to a whole other thing, back to childhood, not feeling enough and not getting that love that you needed, and worrying about all of that. But our ego is going to, I call it, attack us when we are out of alignment. Our ego is attacking. It is saying things to us, and this is subconscious. Obviously, it's not like someone's talking to you, but it's all in here. How many of you have had conversations with yourself in your mind, right? That conversation, if you've ever read the book, The Power of Now, shows you that there's two voices in your head. There's one that's talking and there's one that's listening. And there's one that it's literally a conversation. I was just having one today. It goes back and forth. Teresa raises her hand. Hey, girl. It goes back and forth. That's our ego and the divine, our conscious, our intuition, we'll call it. Okay. Whatever you want to call it that makes sense to you, call it whatever the heck you want. All right. But we've got the two voices. Our ego over here is trying to keep us safe. And our intuition is like trying to guide us to where we're supposed to be. But our ego is always going to win unless you know how to dance with it, is what I say. So our ego is going to give us that anxiety. It's going to give us those obsessive thoughts. It's going to say, oh my gosh, don't do that because, somebody might say something. Don't try to go out for that new business because you might fail. Because remember, now our ego is also a collection of everything we've done in our past. So everything that has failed, all those relationships that sucked, like all of that is our ego. So it's going to take every bit of evidence it has and throw it at you subconsciously so that you don't put yourself in risky situations. And if you follow me at all, you will know that I always say, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. The problem is the ego does not like uncomfortable. So this is why you don't go out for the things you really, really want to. You don't try for that new job. You don't try to get that promotion. You don't go and talk to that guy. You don't do that because it's uncomfortable. And the ego, fight or flight, oh my gosh, that's something's not right. It's either going to keep you still, or it's usually going to keep you still at that point because you're not going to fight and push through. Now, if you fight and push through, that's a really good thing. But most of you will stay in that comfort zone, right? That's what we talk about, that comfort zone. We stay there for a really long time until we're ready to push that ego aside and move forward. So let me know, write value in the comments, guys, if this is helping you, if this is making sense to you. I try to explain it the best I can in a human way. I say a human way. All right, let's see. Fabiola says, yes, I have the exact situation. My child's father only has access to me via email. I refuse to give him any additional access to me. Awesome. Great boundaries there. Yeah. Chirp, chirp. Hello, ladies. Hello, Teresa. Mandy, this is amazing. Danielle, thank you so much. You are so welcome. Because we share our house together, and when he comes home, I always feel like I have to hide in my bedroom from him in my own house. Yeah. So that's definitely causing you to be way out of alignment, right? That anxiety of him coming home, feeling like you have to hide yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be who you are in your own space. So I would definitely work on maybe weaseling your way out of that relationship. TNT, people like to idolize TV shows, programming us, commercials tell us we need these things we don't need. Yeah. And that's where our beliefs come from, TNT. Like, it is like a lot of our beliefs come from what we see on TV shows, what we see in the magazines, especially for women and our body image, even like with men and the finance, the houses, it's just crazy. That's why I don't turn on the news. That's why, like, many people, when they talk to me, I'm like, no, I didn't hear that. Fill me in. Like, I don't like to watch the news at all because I think that it's a lot of brainwashing going on. Value, making sense. Hello, LV22. Paula, I find daily affirmations very helpful, reprogramming your brain. Yes. So Paula, let's talk about that for a second, right? So daily affirmations are good. And I'll tell you why. Because the brain does not know the difference between real and fake. And I've done like a little experiment, depending if you guys were in my challenges or not, like with a lemon. If you think about, just imagine for a minute, cutting open a lemon and putting it in your mouth. Like there should be some saliva that starts to come up because your brain doesn't know real or fake. It just knows what you're thinking. So you can visualize something and your brain thinks it's real. So that's why those daily affirmations can be helpful. Now, they're not everything because that is like a Band-Aid on a very open wound, depending on how much trauma you've been through in your childhood. Okay, so the main thing you want to do with this ego, if it's constantly attacking you, is really to heal yourself. And with everything that I said here, especially with anxiety and obsessive thoughts and pressure and stress, like, we're so quick to turn to medication. We're so quick to turn to therapy. But what I'm trying to do is bring awareness to the energy healing, because we are all made of energy. Just like I was just saying, we all come from this divine energy, but like nobody ever teaches us how to use it. This is what I'm going to be writing a book about. And because it's so important as part of our self-care and our mental health. I was just looking at all these statistics today about mental health and like how many people suffer from anxiety. Millions and millions of people suffer from anxiety, and only about 32% of them actually get help with dealing with that. And a lot of anxiety, like I just said, can be because you're around certain people. You might be feeling their energy, right? And if that's the case, you got to let go of the people. You got to protect yourself and put yourself first in order to get back into alignment. Right? And that's the hardest part. Getting into alignment is easy. The hard part is taking the steps to do it, because a lot of the time it's going to be releasing people in your life that are causing you to be out of alignment. And it's also going to be part of letting go of the ego, learning how to move it aside. Now, the ego is never going to disappear. And I think that is a something that people think that like they are always going to be happy and positive and love and light and all of this, but our ego is never going to disappear. It's always going to be there, putting these thoughts in our mind. I work with some really high-end coaches, and like they still have what's called imposter syndrome, which means that they still feel like they are not good enough to be teaching what they're teaching. I get that too. I'm like, who the heck am I to show up with you guys and teach you about this? Like, that's why I'm like, is this making sense to you? Right? I'm just teaching you what I've learned and what I know. But yet we feel as though we shouldn't be doing that. And that's because of the ego. But the great thing about all the coaches I work with and myself is that we're still showing up. We're still pushing that ego aside and being like, thank you for telling me, but I'm going to teach them anyway and I'm going to let them tell me if it's happening, if it's working, or if it's helping, right? So we have to learn how to dance with the ego. We have to learn how to move it aside, because it will never disappear. I want to make that really crystal clear. Okay. So, yeah. So if you guys want to work with me on a deeper level, you can definitely sign up for a call. I never have this ready for you guys ever. I'll pop that in a minute. You know what? Whatever. If you guys just write me in the comments and I'll get back to you, because I don't even know where I went now. Hold on a minute. Okay, there we go. I want to get to this healing. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this healing. If you've never done energy healing with me before, basically all I'm doing is connecting my energy with divine energy and basically bringing that into your energy field. So we are releasing. Let's just talk about energy for a minute. So what happens is when we go through traumatic events, when we go through abuse, when we go through, and I work a lot in the childhood, okay? Because that's where all of this stems from. Somebody will come to me for a personal healing session and they will say, Danielle, this is what's going on right now. And I'm like, okay, can you tell me what happened back like with your mother when you were younger, or your father, or somewhere in your past? Like, when did this happen? Right? And they'll be like, oh, yeah. And like, they'll bring me back to a situation that happened when they were children, because what is happening is what you're dealing with right now, right? When you get into that confrontation with your ex or the narcissist, right? Or you go to work and you have to deal with a coworker that you don't like, and it triggers you and you get all emotional and angry and whatever, like that is triggering you. Something they said, something they did is triggering you. And what is coming up is energy that actually happened in the past. Situation very, very similar, okay? Maybe not at work, but maybe, they made you feel like you weren't seen, or like what you wanted didn't matter. Bring that back into childhood. That probably happened back there. And what's happening is you're getting triggered by this person now, but they're triggering what happened back there. All of that energy that happened in that event, whatever it was, and it could be as simple as, I say like this, like being left at school and nobody's showing up for you. You can hold on to that in energy for the rest of your life until it lets go, until you release it, because it doesn't just let go. Like you've got to let it go. You've got to release it. So basically what we're doing here is we are kind of letting go of some of that energy that's keeping you out of alignment. So our third eye chakra, which is right about here, And there's so much to learn about this, the energy centers, the chakras. If you don't know, don't worry. If you do know, we're going to be working with the third eye, which is really connection to our higher self, I say, and the crown chakra, which is about kind of like, I forget, like 3 or 4 inches maybe above your head. That is really the connection to the divine energy. So what we're trying to do tonight is we're taking that energy, right, the divine energy, and we're moving it into your energy field to release any other energy that's really keeping you out of alignment. So if it gets you into alignment for a few minutes, at least you'll get that feeling for a few minutes, and then you're around the people. Work on letting go of the people that keep you out of alignment. All right, that is my number one advice to you. Oh, you're so happy I'm writing a book. Oh, me too. I am trying to write that book, trying to do it in such a way that everyone will understand what I'm trying to say. So, all right, so go ahead. All you're going to do during this is you're just going to close your eyes and you're going to listen to some music. And then, like I said, I'm going to connect energy to the divine to release those energies. So you could feel nothing. You could get emotional. You could feel stuff in your body. It really doesn't matter. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. The most healing I've ever done, I fell asleep. So you could fall asleep. It's only going to be a couple minutes, so maybe you won't fall asleep, but don't put that any pressure on yourself, okay? All right, so let me get our music. All right, so go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And let it out. Give your body a nice little stretch, kind of sink down into it. And take another deep breath in. And go ahead and let it out. And I want you to just think of anything that you're out of alignment, all those questions that you just answered. I just want you to bring it right up to the surface. Really think about where you're out of alignment and maybe what you need to do in order to get back into alignment here, what you need to let go of. And let's use this energy healing to kind of make it easier for you to release. Like I said, getting into alignment is easy, but it's the step that you have to take. It's the letting go. It's the surrendering. That is the hard part, especially letting go of people, definitely. Take another deep breath in there. And let it out. Now this music should work on replays. If it doesn't, just sit quietly and the energy will still work. Okay, here we go. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. And let it out. And take another deep breath in. Give your body a nice little stretch. And let it out. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. So, hold on one second. I want to give you guys something. Let me know how that made you feel. You're so welcome, Tracy. All right. Let me see these comments that I missed here. Writing a book is the best way to give back to the universe and good for yourself too. Yes, I don't even know how everything's going to change by the time I end up writing this book, but there's going to be a lot that changes. Missy says, I left my job in June because I'm completely out of alignment with it now. Yes. Being in the health insurance, mental health has excelled. Yes. All right, let's see, feeling better, peaceful. I cried a little bit, calm, tingly, and warm, felt amazing. I'm ready for bed. I just took lots of deep breaths, very peaceful. Yeah, so that is—
Sorry, I don't know that.
She doesn't know that. So basically, that is the power of energy healing. It releases your energy. So when you are suffering from anxiety, when you are suffering from depression, a lot of that is energy that needs to go. Teresa has a question. As a healer, do you find it difficult to be healed by others? Just curious. No, I love it. I actually get a healing every single week. I practice what I preach, and I believe when we are, well, I get healings every week based on like attachments that I will get, but definitely, do I find it difficult to be healed by others? Not if they know what they're doing. Like, I'm not sure what you mean there. Like, I'm open to being healed by others, so that's not difficult to me. I find it not difficult, but I need someone for me, I need someone that knows exactly what to do. I usually work with intuitive energy healers because they're using that divine. That's what I do. And it's really hard to find those, but now I'm training them, so I love it. So it's not hard to find anymore. Tracy, hello, Shawnette. Yes, I miss you too. I really needed this meditation. I need to do more of it as my daily routine. Absolutely. And your message is weekly. Empath needs self-love and healings daily. Yes. So I have multiple ways that you guys can work with me. I don't like to shove it all in your face, but I'm going to put a comment here. If you want a private healing with me, I don't do too many of them, but it is here for you. So if you do want a private healing, you can go to that link. Basically, we'll talk about what's going on. I'll bring you, identify really the root of the issue for you that we really need to heal. And when you heal that stuff from the past, it's like a domino effect moving to the forward, where those narcissistic people don't get to you as much. You get back in alignment, you release a lot of anxiety, that kind of stuff. So there's that. You also have the opportunity, you know what, I have this up, so I might as well just drop it in here for you, to join my Reiki Vault membership, which is basically, I go live with energy healings. I go live with energy healings every single week there. Last night, we just did an ancestral healing, which really helps you heal yourself, but also the people behind you in your family and the people that are going to be in front of you. So if you guys want to join that, that's only $22 a month. So if you enjoyed that little bit of healing right there, this is going to blow your mind. There's so many different healings in there. So a lot of self-development, a lot of, healing the childhood, healing masculine, feminine energy, all this good stuff. And a lot of really like letting go of the negative thoughts, mirror work, self-love, self-forgiveness. Like there's so much in there. So you can check that out on your own time. But I want to thank you so much for being with me tonight. Make sure you give me thumbs up on YouTube if you're there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're not already in my Facebook group, you definitely want to get over there. Lots and lots of inspiration and good stuff over there too, okay? Jeannie says, it also made me sleepy. I really needed this. Thank you. Yes, when you're doing energy healing, just make sure you drink a lot of water so that you can kind of recharge yourself. I can't think of the word, refresh. But yeah, so thank you so much for showing up. Calm, thank you. Enjoyed it very much. You're welcome. Thanks, Danielle. Reiki Vault, I'm thinking of doing. I have a great, literally the Reiki Vault will change your life. So, and it's only $22 a month. I really should raise it, but I keep it affordable for all those that cannot join me in my higher level program. Regenerate. Thank you, Teresa. You're always helping me with my words. Awesome, guys. I will be taking the next 2 weeks off. So I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, and a really Happy New Year. I will not be coming live next week or the week after, but you will see me back in January. So until then, check out my YouTube channel. I am putting some healings out. I actually just did the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction tarot. I did a collective reading, and I did it for all the signs, but it's all in one video instead of me having to post 12 different videos. Okay, so check that out. I will be posting that tomorrow. So AJ says, thank you. I have a very deep depression and this actually helped me tonight. I'm telling you, energy healing, guys, spread the word. It is what is going to change our mental health industry. It is what is going to get many, many people off the medication that they don't want to be on. All right. So thank you so much. I love all of you. I appreciate every single one of you for showing up with me and watching the replay. If you are, leave me some comments, leave me some love, much love. Bye.